Alrighty, hello and welcome to the Squash Bagel. First and foremost, I would like to say thank you to Gavin, Turrell, as well as Tim Andrew, who suggested that I do this type of video. It was actually quite fun. And what I'm trying to do is basically go through some of the matches that I play from now on going forward. What I'll do is something similar to this. If you do like it, let me know, and I'll be giving commentary on some of the games that I play. I think by the time I got the suggestion, I already had committed and uploaded a couple of games from the previous tournament that I was able to watch, which was one of the local PSA tournaments within South Africa, which was held at Crusaders Squash and Racquetball Club. I think while I was uploading those videos, that's where the suggestion came about, and luckily for me, I was able to capture this last one. I won't say we're on a break at the moment, but there are a couple of things leading up to the Growth Point IPT tournament. League games have sort of slowed down to let and allow players to sort of do a lot of training, and also there are a series of challenge matches which are being played at the moment to see who can actually get into one of the three sides that EP will be sending through. So with that being said, as I said, I have had the opportunity to record the last match before this big break or long break that we've had, and I am playing a very tricky customer by the name of Ryan Webster. So what you'll see is Ryan Webster, he's 47 years young. He's actually a very tricky player. He's had some very good wins this year over some people that I've struggled against. Not going to really go out there and mention who he's beaten or anything like that, but put it this way, he's not someone that you are excited to play against, as you'll see why. He is very tricky, he's very crafty, he uses a lot of height on the front wall, and that's probably something that I also need to adapt and use in my gameplay when I feel like I'm playing someone who's a bit fitter than me. We'll be going through this match. I was lucky to take a 3-love victory, but as I say, very lucky, as you'll see why. He didn't make it easy for me. It was not a comfortable match. It wasn't something that I expected, although I did sort of plan that I was going to play in this type of way. So just a warning, this is not something or a way that I would suggest that people do play, and I'll comment obviously over some places where I think I should have played a lot more structured squash. But playing a player like Ryan would mean that he will take you out of your comfort zone, and I was definitely out of my comfort zone in this situation. As you'll see, he throws you off your game, your movement. You'll question your movement, your sanity, as well as if you actually know how to play basic and structured squash. And it was actually very good to have an opponent like this, because it helps playing someone like this once in a while to sort of get you out of a pattern of playing down the wall in structured squash, right? So let us go see what happened in my game versus Ryan Webster. Cool, so I won the toss against Ryan, and I think out of the get-go, with me being nervous due to the, I won't say weight of the match, but yeah, it is obviously an important fixture for us to win the league. So yeah, as you can see at the moment, just giving instructions to our marker with Mr. Lacey to actually start the game. So hit the sidewall, he caught me off guard, and that's the thing that you realize. I think I try to tell some of the kids that I know I coach is that from the beginning you sort of have to switch on, and I wasn't switched on. As you can see, very loose shot into the middle of the court, and I'm already 2 points behind. And I sort of expected it. He doesn't, he's quite sharp from the beginning with the choice selection that he has. So here I'm trying to sort of establish another pattern of straight lines and hitting, and there he caught me off guard. I thought the cross court would work. It wasn't wide enough. I was very lucky that he hit the tin. Alright, so as you'll see, he used a lot of height on the wall, and that's something that I can suggest to maybe club players who are maybe not as fit or don't have their fundamentals and basics and cannot really hit straight lines. Use a lot of height on the wall to give yourself time to get back into the rally. This is what he does. So he used a lot of height in order to cuts the ball. So he's very good in the air. As you can see, he caught me off guard again. So I'm already down a few points, and I needed to come back up. So I tested him, tested his movement with a short shot there, and I was lucky that my cross court was fast enough, but it was not wide enough. If you're hitting a cross court, you should be trying to hit the side walls. Okay, so decent serve, tested him short again. Then I was able to play that both because of the short shot that he played. So if he played a bit more width, it wouldn't have been as easy to play that shot. Now I'm also trying to use a lot more height because I'm seeing that I'm getting stuck into a pattern and he's actually he's there to volley and I'm not comfortable to play a straight shot. So even off his serve, you can see he's using a lot of height. Try to catch him off with a good cross court, went straight there, which I should start doing a lot more, playing a lot more straight. Lucky to hit the frame on that one. I'm actually lucky he didn't actually hold that because it would have been a stroke, the way it bounced off. In fact, I was very lucky to have hit that. I think he was questioning that with the umpire or ref, sorry, was quite happy with my pickup. So I'm 5-4 ahead. He tested me again with that. I should have gone straight instead of cross court, so now I'm going straight. By that time, I'm very lucky that he sort of hit the tin there because I think my body was going everywhere. So as I said, a very tricky player, very bad shot from my side, very bad fetching as well. My footwork needs to be worked on, and as you can see, he caught me off guard because I'm just giving him angles. I knew it was going to be a very high-risk game, as I said. He doesn't let you set into a pattern, but sort of I was willing to play that. So I was thinking to myself, well, I'm also going to go for the cheap point. So not exactly the best textbook squash that I would even recommend that you play. Even there, going for a cheap point probably would have been safer to go for a reverse post or just actually put it down the line, bring it there since he was stuck there. So trying with the cross court there, very bad. Luckily, he popped it up, and as you can see, he creates space and time for himself by using a lot of height. Luckily there, it was a bit short, and it's a lot more colder this part or in this part of South Africa. So sometimes shots like that do work. You can get away with it. As you can see, a lot of points are being won in the front. A lot of points are being won with mistakes. So as I said, it's going to be a high-risk game, and with a high-risk game means that there's going to be a lot of mistakes, and I definitely knew that going into it. Went straight on this one. He was a bit short. Should have punished that a bit better. Went straight again. Caught me with a very good cross court. Hit the neck straight out there. So yeah, you can see my face. I was like, oof, that was a really good shot. So yeah, that's the thing with Ryan. He's a very wristy player, very skilled with his racket work. As you can even see with his serve, it's just literally a flick of the wrist. He can actually get the ball and move the ball quite nicely from the back corners and bring it back into the other corner with interest. So if you don't read that very carefully, and if you don't really have a very good shot, like you can see, okay, maybe there I was a bit lucky with the angle, but if you aren't very careful, you can get caught. And you see with that one there, he would have gone for a winner. He went for a winner, so he was also going for the big wrist shots because I think he was feeling a bit cold, as you can see with his tracksuit pants on. Caught me off guard there, showed the straight, basically used his wrist at the last second to hit a bow shot. Alright, so tried to test him with a very good cross court. There I thought he would be coming up for that, so I tried to go straight. Went for bows, very bad bows, probably should have gone straight again. Went for a cross court, test him on his backhand side. So I was feeling that I would be able to take a lot more points off his backhand if I could actually put it there with a bit of pace. So that's what I'm trying to do, test it out. But the thing is, as I said, it's not exactly the best squash that I'm playing in this game, but it's going to be one where I need to go for cheap points because I know that if I get myself into a structure expecting one more shot, sometimes you do play with the better players, go one more shot until they give you the opportunity. He can sort of create opportunities out of nowhere. So I had to be very mindful of that and sort of also try to take opportunities out of nowhere, or create opportunities out of nowhere. So I'm not very proud of it. It wasn't very structured. It wasn't very textbook. It's not something that I try to coach some of my players to play or to play this way, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do. Okay, so here we've got game 2, serving. So trying to use a lot more height. I was either going to go for a drop shot or, as you can see, that very weird trickle boast, which was a terrible trickle boast, but he's not running. So there we go. Went for something short, punished him with something low and hard. Once again, testing out with the serve. I was lucky. Good serve that hit the sidewall. He couldn't volley to take it early, so forced him to make an error. They're not obviously wide enough testing him with his own cross courts, but then he went flat. So I think that's something that they told him during the break, was to sort of try go a lot more flat, a lot more hard, because I was not really picking up, I wouldn't say I was comfortable with it, but it's something to change his pattern at least, because I was expecting that he was going to play and use a lot more height and giving me a lot more time to actually set something up. So there, short shot, punish him with the boast. You can also punish them with a very short drop, but I wasn't feeling too confident about them on the night. Their terrible movement, as you can see, basically went in with my shoulder instead of getting there strong and firm like some of your better players would do. But yeah, basically he gave me a bit of an angle there, didn't feel under pressure, went for a shot. I was lucky I won't say paid off, but he's not exactly quick. Wouldn't have done that against some stronger players, because I knew that they would punish me for that. So there, once again, went short. So my idea was basically to go long for a bit, and then any opportunity that I can, go short. So there, once again, boom, went short with that reverse post, or trickle post, sorry. So he's trying to get into a pattern of play where he can go to the back again. So I was lucky with that one, but boom, he caught me off that one. As I said, giving him an angle. If you're going to go cross court, you better make sure that you're not giving the person an angle, because they're going to come back twice as hard, and you also might not be in the position, especially if your shot was a cross court. Once again, caught him off guard there. He was hanging high on the tee, went for that opportunity as soon as I smelt it. As you can see, very skilled, very risky player. Caught me off guard, didn't expect that one. That type of serve, I thought that was going to be a winner or a boast, and that's what I was preparing for. So once again, use a bit of height, should have been a bit deeper. Tried the reverse post against him. Should have gone straight, that one. Too many cross courts, way too many cross courts at this one. And you can see when cross court again, the lob wasn't good enough. You're not using enough height, you're not clear that center line or the tee with my lob shot, and then basically fed it to him. There was a decent cross court, not the best. Went for the drop, and I was going to test and invest into his legs by going short the entire time if he chased it, and I was lucky that one, he read that one, but also he clipped the tin. That's why I've got the point, that's why I'm serving. So decent serve, not too sure what happened there, but obviously he did not hit it cleanly and gave me the opportunity to serve again. Okay, went for a bit of a high serve there, hitting the side wall. I was lucky to dig that one out there. Played a very good drop shot, and yeah, I was trying to go across. I don't know why. If I could get there, I need to get there with strength. So pop it back up over the tee, not over the tee, but hit the side with a good lob. Once again, saw that he was moving in this direction, so I sent him the other direction because I felt that he was struggling. He was still a bit cold. So definitely, he uses this type of court, which is a very slow court at our club, to his advantage, and I'm also using it to my advantage, and also the fact that he's a bit cold to my advantage. So it's a thing. At the end of the day, you have to realize that everyone is going there to try beat you, so you also have to use whatever it is that you can at your disposal. So I wasn't going to try be more forgiving because he was an older player, and as I said, he's taken a few victims this year, a lot of players which are younger than me even, and I'm 30, so he's taken a lot of players which are younger than me and basically given them a very hard time. So I wasn't going to leave him or give him the opportunity to do so. So that's the end of the second game, and yeah, we are starting the third game, for the final game. He basically popped it up into my zone. With the volley I was able to go short. Very bad serve, I said, very bad return there, and very lucky to clip the tin. So I would encourage chasing after balls even if you don't get there, because sometimes that would give pressure to your opponent, thinking that they have to hit the perfect shot, otherwise you're going to get there. So just putting that pressure, always chasing the ball, really does help from a mental point of view. So that was a very bad, I think caught me with my racket down, but luckily my racket was waiting for him there, went straight, as I should have been doing a lot more in this game. In opportunities and in zones, yes, I was in control I won't say for most part, but by just being fit enough, I was in control, but it wasn't. It was basically brute force and strength and fitness that carried me through this. So I was able to take a 5-love lead, and then you can see that started to slack a little bit, definitely started to slack. So I thought that, okay, he was going to give up, and he definitely did not do that. So then I went into bad habits of play. As you can see, a lot more cross courts again, very loose post, and then got punished for it, rightly so. And sometimes that needs to happen for you to wake up. You need to actually get punished and then realize, oh yes, you still have to concentrate for the full duration of the match. See, there again went for a cheap point because I'm not concentrating. It was 5-love up and thinking that, okay, it's going to be a cakewalk at the end of the day. So here we go. Decided to go a bit more straight again. Very good lob again. I was able to get there in time, and yeah, that's what you want. Put a good drive in, wait for the weak cross court or weak shot, and basically attack them off that. So at the moment, my attacks have been drop shots and volleys. Not really any kill shots, but yeah. So there went for something short very prematurely. Set him back into that pattern with a very good drive. Not very good, but you know, putting him at the back, trying to hit that one corner and the back left. I've been really aiming for that. I think most of the points would come from that backhand side there. Once again, thinking 7-2 that it was going to come easy, went for a cheap point, and the only person that lost out was myself. So I've only got myself to blame for that one. Should have just played a drive as I showed afterwards. Tried a cross court, and there he punished me with a flat one because, you know, I've been sort of used to that pattern of the fact that it was nice and slow and easy, and then obviously he caught me off guard with something that's quick. So as you can see, even though he's, you know, 3 points down, he's not slowing down at all. As I said, very crafty player. I was lucky that I had a bit of an angle, put a bit of cut on it so that it could fade to the sidewall. So 8-4 up. Good cross court. He caught me with that one. Very risky, as I said, at the end of the day. It was very lucky that that one was a bit quick. He missed it completely, otherwise I've been punished. Hit the sidewall there. Now obviously feeling a bit more pressure. Went for a drop shot that was terrible in terms of the way I shaped for it. I went underneath the ball instead of getting my feet very strong, planting myself and playing that shot. So let him back into the game. I am 9-5 up, just 2 more points, I'm thinking at least. So trying to get a good length there, tried a better lob, but not actually the best. Went straight again. The opportunity was there to go straight, and I went for something cheap and stupid. So I've only got myself to blame there. But as I said, it was this type of game where I was going for a lot more riskier shots. There, could have done better. And obviously, not obviously actually, that's a incorrect call now that we see it now. Because I think that's one thing I can say. If you're going to be a referee or umpire, take a central position. So from that angle, I can understand why Lacey thought that it was a stroke. But obviously, if you're right behind and you're obviously seeing this like the way we're seeing it now on camera, you'd see that there was a lot of time to clear that ball. I just felt at that time that I was going to clip him. That's why I held for it. I wasn't expecting a stroke. In fact, I would have said no let. And then, yeah, luckily that one went straight. Then I was able to catch him off guard with a cross court. The only good cross court probably in the match. And that's the end of the game. That was actually quite fun, reviewing this, using a new piece of equipment. Got myself my first camera after a suggestion from Wynand, another subscriber to the Squash Bagel. Thanks for the suggestion. This really has been very handy, and I've really enjoyed doing this. So the thing is that I'm only going to do this if you feel that it's actually valuable, if it helps with watching the games, that I give a little bit more commentary, what was going on during the match, what my thought process was like. As I said, if you do like it, if you do think this is valuable and you'd like to see more of it, please let me know in the comments. Other than that, take care and have a great day. Cheers.